What do we have here? Cold steel. We got the AD15 LITE. Is it LITE? No, it's not LITE. I think when they say LITE, they mean light, like light beer. It doesn't weigh any less. It's just made of different stuff. I think the other AD15 is like higher end steel. What's this guy? This is Aus10a, which, you know, it's okay. I think that's supposed to be better than Aus10. Way better than Aus8. Well, somewhat better than Aus8. Yeah, I don't know what it's comparable to. Is it comparable to 154CM or 14C28N? I think maybe not quite. So, but it's better. It's good. It's not kind of butter soft like we think of Aus8 being a little soft. So it's a little harder. Holds edge a little better. Pocket clip is huge. Just like the knife. I mean, the knife isn't huge. It's big. Definitely a big knife. I think it's 3.6, 3.7 inches on the blade. Let's see. How does it compare to some knives that everybody has? Very common. Like the dragon knife. How does it compare to the dragon knife? Let's see. Pretty close. Pretty close in total length. It doesn't have quite as good a hand protection. My finger doesn't quite fit in there. Shit. Doesn't quite have as good of hand protection, of course, as the dragon knife. Damn it, I'm actually stuck. Okay. And it doesn't have as cool a graphics, but size-wise, pretty close. Dragon knife's a little lighter. You would think that would be heavy, but this shit is just plastic. I mean high-strength polymer.
High-strength polymer.
Look at that detail work, man. So, about the same size as a dragon knife. A lot bigger than this. Kind of a bug-out sized Firebird knife. So, yeah, it's good size. What's this lock? What is all this lock about? The scorpion lock. I think I call it a scorpion lock because it's like, it kind of goes back this way and then up around like a scorpion tail.
Y'all better watch out. I'm gonna sting you. I'm a mean old scorpion.
Maybe that's supposed to be kind of like the stinger. So, see how it works. This has a spring in it, and it's pushing this part down, this arm here, whatever you want to call it. And it has a pin across, and that pin falls into this little gap there, and that keeps the blade from opening or closing or doing anything. It locks it right there. Then the pivot's holding the other side, so here's your 2 points, your 2 main points of contact there. And it holds it real steady left to right too. Probably, I'm going to say better than most knives. I guess that's the rear pivot, basically. So it's got 2 pivots, one for this arm and one for the blade. The thumb studs on this thing are huge and kind of way in the way of cutting things. I mean, yeah. They could be smaller too, really. They're unnecessarily large. So when you close this thing, you gotta pull up on this to close the blade, right? Get your fingers out of the way. To do it one-handed, you gotta kind of press down on the bottom part of the frame and pull up on this top part. So like that, kind of. It's a little bit awkward. It's not the smoothest thing, and then opening it, it's a little tough, especially if you're, so I was just squeezing, I was kind of squeezing when I was pressing. You can't squeeze down on this or it really won't come unlocked. It won't open. I'm squeezing kind of the 2 parts together, which makes it so it doesn't want to open. So you got to kind of leave a gap in here with your hand, and then you can flip it open. Obviously you can slow roll it. Removable thumb stud, so You could put like a spidey hole there if you wanted. Make that hole bigger and take the thumb stud out and make it a big hole. That'd be cool. When you hold it, when the blade is out, obviously you're pressing down and locking it in place even more than the spring does. But I mean, even without you holding it, yeah, it ain't going anywhere. It's locked in. Pretty cool knife. Very beefy. Let's look at the thickness of that thing compared to, let's see. Here's a little Kaiser. It's definitely not wimpy, but it's definitely thinner than this cold steel. I mean, cold steel is not known for being thin and wimpy, obviously. And they're not that far off, but it's definitely a bit of a beast. It's kind of a mini beast. You can reverse flick it if you really have a good strong reverse flick and stay off of that top bar. That's kind of cool, actually. But if you mess around and don't give it everything, it ain't gonna open. The satin finish on the blade's kind of nice. Kind of like that. Boy, look how wide that final bevel is on the edge. That is showing you how thick it is behind the edge, or how thin it isn't behind the edge. And it isn't thin behind the edge. It's for heavy use, for use your shit type stuff, you know. It's for chopping concrete blocks and stabbing engine blocks and shit. It's the kind of stuff they do on the cold steel ads, right? Like shoving it through pork carcasses, stuff like that. But it's fun. It's a fun fidgety knife. I think they were around 120, something like that, but they were on sale for like 60 or something, so that's how I got this one. I don't know if I would have gambled on it without that sale, so. But I think it's a $75, $80 knife. That's, in my opinion, what it would be, what it should be. 120 for Aus10a and plastic, basically, and stainless steel liners. I don't know. I mean, I think I paid 160 for the damn 20.5, so I guess 120 or something for this one. It's not out of line. It's fun. It's a good, cool knife. Definitely kind of a, you know, a conversation piece too, being such a big beefy tank. You pull this out and you whip that out, and whoopsie, you whip that. You got to do better than that. If you pull it out and then half-ass it like that, you're gonna look stupid. That's nowhere to go. You pop that thing open and hand it to somebody. Oh, you needed a knife? Oh, you needed a pry bar? Oh, you needed something to, like, you know, pry open a car door in a crash scene? Yeah. The AD15, the AD15 LITE will do that for you. And like I said, it ain't light. I think it's 6 ounces, something like that. So it's a chunk. But it's definitely fun. It's got actually kind of good sound. But when you actually hit it right. Kind of cool. Let me get a little closer. Yeah, it's neat. That's kind of weird, but I mean, that's just how it works. It has to have this big round top part because that is what moves the top, this arm out of the way, and that's kind of like the detent. So you have the arms going up, that's the detent, basically. That's what's keeping it from just falling open when you shake it. So as it moves the arm up, now it's kind of goes pretty easy. No bearings, it's phosphor bronze washers. Pretty smooth though. I mean, let's see, if I have it already open, you can kind of whip it out pretty easy. Yeah, it's neat. Cool knife. If you can get it for under 75, I think it's probably A fair deal. Cold steel. AD15. Oh, it's a Demko design. I think at least the lock is. I think maybe the whole thing is, but I'm not sure. At least the Scorpion lock is a Demko deal. This may be the only one with the Scorpion lock, the 15. But I'm not sure. If there's another one that's that has a Scorpion lock, I'll put it up here. All right. Have a nice day.